Can you hear them? The stars, they're laughing. When I was a young boy, my parents gave me a book to read. It was called Wonders of the Animal Kingdom. And in it, there was a picture of a boa constrictor in the process of digesting a small, fuzzy animal.
Wow.
I set out one fine day.
So I set off into the forest in search of boas. Of course, living in France, I wasn't going to find any there, except in zoos, picture books, and my imagination.
Set out one fine day and took my pen and paper with me to see what it would say. Fascination, incarnation, a thought just came to me. I set my conscious mind aside to see what it would be. I saw myself sitting in a jungle staring at the trees, when something came a-slithering out, just strange as strange could be. 2 feet wide and 20 feet long, with a head as big as me. I stared at it in disbelief, and it stared right back at me. And it said,
Boy, do you know what I am and just how mean that I can be? If you want to live much longer, you better run from me. Stay right there in front of me and you'll make a tasty treat. But if my preference must be known, I'd have to say that I like elephant meat. I like elephant meat.
the thought of that there boa constrictor getting ready to freeze. His jaws all open wide enough to swallow me in one more piece. Yet my feet are running away faster than they ever could, to find myself an elephant and stuff that big old snake.
But good. Stop that snake, but good.
I found myself back where I started, pen and paper next to me. My conscious mind came back and made me realize just what I had seen. I let my fingers draw that sketch, a picture that seemed best to me. And in the back of my young mind, I heard that old snake scream to me.
Ah! There's an elephant
picture? Aren't you afraid of it?
Why would we be afraid of a hat? But it is a very fashionable hat at that.
So then I took my picture and I showed it to my teacher, Mrs. Schnizzlefritz.
Mrs. Schnizzlefritz, see my picture? Aren't you afraid of it?
Now, Antoine, who are you to be wasting my class time drawing silly pictures of hats? You should be spending your time with your history or your geography. Your mathematics mark has gone down.
On my way home from school, I was walking through the park and I saw some people, so I decided to scare them.
Ah! See my picture? Well, aren't you afraid of it?
Why would we be afraid of a hat?
Indeed, you shouldn't waste your time.
Drawing silly pictures when you could be.
Cleaning your room.
Mowing the lawn.
Joining the military. Taking responsibility.
Is essential to
One's growth.
When I got home from school, I saw my sister Polly talking on the phone, so I decided to show her my picture.
Central Park, I got it, the park. Polly. Antoine, you're such a pest. Really such a pest.
Polly, see my picture? You must be afraid of it.
A hat. Afraid of a hat. This is a very important conversation. Very important.
I decided to show my picture to my parents because I knew they'd know exactly what it was supposed to be.
Honey, I'm home.
Hello, dear. How's your day at work?
Just fine. Where's Antoine?
Well, he must be upstairs. Let's call him.
Antoine! Oh, Antoine!
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. See my picture?
That's a very nice picture of a hat, Antoine, but you shouldn't waste your time on silly drawings.
Matters of consequence, Antoine.
Why can't the adult see? It is not a hat. It is a picture of an elephant inside of a boa constrictor.
Time for bed, Antoine.
Now, Antoine, be a good boy. Go straight to bed.
And so, at the age of 6, I gave up what might have been a brilliant career as an artist and devoted my time to arithmetic and geography. But I always kept my picture with me, and whenever I met someone new, I would show it to them. And if they would say, that is a hat, I would no longer talk to them about the stars and boas and primeval forests. Instead, I'd bring myself down to their level and talk to them about politics and the deficit and neckties. And so I lived my life alone, without anyone I could really talk to, until I had an accident in the Sahara Desert 6 years ago with my airplane. I crawled out of my plane and surveyed the damage. My engine was broken and I'd have to fix it myself because I didn't have any passengers or a mechanic and was stranded 1,000 miles from anyone. But it was late, so I decided to do it in the morning.
If you please, draw me a sheep. If you please, sir, draw me a sheep.
I stared at this little man with my eyes nearly bugging out of my head. Here I was, stranded in the middle of the desert, and there was this little man who didn't appear to be suffering from hunger, thirst, or fatigue. What are you doing here? Where are your parents?
Draw me a sheep.
I don't know how to draw.
That doesn't matter. Draw me a sheep.
I'd never drawn anything in my life before, except for boa constrictors. So I took out the picture, the one I always carried with me.
Oh, no. I do not want an elephant inside of a boa constrictor. An elephant is very large, and a boa constrictor is a very dangerous creature. Where I come from, everything is very small. What I need is a sheep. Draw me a sheep.
I was intrigued to no end. Here in the middle of the desert was this little man who knew exactly what my picture was supposed to be. When a mystery is too overpowering, one can't refuse it.
This sheep is already very sickly. I need a sheep that will live a long time. Draw me another. You can see for yourself. This is not a sheep. This is a ram. It has horns.
So, I drew him another. But it too was rejected. So finally, I made one last drawing. This is a box. The sheep you wanted is inside it.
This is exactly what I wanted. Do you think my sheep will need a lot of grass? Where I live, everything is very small.
I don't think so. It's a very small sheep.
Not so small. Look, he has gone to sleep.
And that is how I made the acquaintance of the little prince. As the days went on, I learned more about his journeys. And bit by bit, I learned the secrets of his sad little life. He lived all alone on his planet. And the only companion he had was one vain little rose.
I'm scarcely awake. I beg that you will excuse me. My petals are all still disarranged.
Oh, how beautiful you are.
I know. I was born at the same moment as the sun. Well, I think it is time for my breakfast. Please tend to my needs. Water! I need water! It's running on my petals! Quickly, I need some water! Oh, I'm going to catch the most dreadful cold. Quickly, fetch me my shawl. Oh, your planet is so cold. Oh, you're killing me. Don't crush my petals.
And as the days went on, she continued to torment the prince with her vanity. For example, one day when she was speaking of her 4 thorns.
Let the tigers come with their claws. I will fight them all off with my thorns.
Oh, but there are no tigers on my planet. And besides, tigers don't bother themselves with weeds.
What? I am not a weed? You are so selfish. You do not know how lucky you are. I am the most beautiful, not to mention the only rose in the entire existence of this universe. A weed. The sun comes out from playing in the stars to see my beauty. The sky will open wide and let the universe reach in and see me. I must say that I'm the one that blinds men's eyes more than the sun. Everything of beauty must stand away and hide in shame. For I was one when beauty was begun.
You are truly beautiful.
Well, I must get my beauty sleep. Leave.
At first, I listened to the prince's stories with interest, but soon I realized that I had to fix my engine if I ever wanted to return home.
If a sheep eats little bushes, does it eat flowers too?
A sheep eats anything in its reach.
Even flowers that have thorns?
Yes, even flowers that have thorns.
Well, then the thorns, what use are they? Will
have thorns just for spite.
Oh, I don't believe you. Flowers are weak creatures. They're naive. They reassure themselves as best they can. They think their thorns are terrible weapons. And you truly believe that the flowers have them just...
No, no, no. I don't believe anything. I just said the first thing that popped into my head. Can't you see I'm busy with matters of consequence?
You talk just like the grown-ups. You confuse everything and you mix everything together. Is it not a matter of consequence to try and understand why the flowers go to so much trouble to grow the thorns which are never of any use to them? Is the war between the sheep and the flowers not important? But if I myself, know of one flower that is unique in all the universe, that a sheep could eat one morning without even realizing what he is doing, and you think this is not important. You think this is not important. If someone loves a flower on which just one single blossom grows and all the millions and millions of stars, it is enough to make him happy just to look at the stars. He can say to himself, somewhere, my flower is there. But if a sheep eats the flower, in one moment, all the stars will darken. And you think this is not important? You think this is not important?
Your flower's not in any danger. I'll make you a muzzle for your sheep, and a fence to put him in. Didn't know what to say. Didn't know how I could overtake him once more and walk hand in hand. Such a secret place, the land of tears. On the prince's last day on his planet, he said his last goodbye to his rose.
You don't deserve me. I'd be better off without you. You might as well not even be here.
That is what I have come to tell you. I'm leaving. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Well, I have been silly. I ask for your forgiveness. I love you.
You love me?
Well, of course I love you. No, let the shawl be. I don't want it anymore.
But the cold.
Your planet is not that cold, and the cool night air will do me good. I'm a flower.
But the animals?
Well, I must endure the presence of 2 or 3 caterpillars if I wish to be acquainted with the butterflies. It seems they're very beautiful. And if not for the butterflies and the caterpillars, then who will come to call upon me? You will be very far away. As for the larger animals, well, I have my thorns. You've decided to go? Then go.
Bye.
And as the prince said goodbye to his flower for the last time, he felt very sad because he believed he would never want to return. I believe that for his escape, he took advantage of a flock of wild birds. once traveled to, there lived a king and all of his servants.
Bilan, Jolan True. Bilan, Jolan True.
I don't speak your language.
Oh, you speak English. How very quaint. Bilan, Jolan True means, who are you and what are you doing here?
I am seeking knowledge. Who are you?
Well, I am the king.
The king of what?
Over everything you see, over these people. Do not yawn in the presence of a king. It's very impolite and rude. I order you not to yawn.
Well, I can't help it. I've just had a very long journey, and I'm very tired.
Well then, I order you to yawn again. Yes, yawn. I order it.
That frightens me. I can't.
Well then, I order you to sometimes yawn and to sometimes not yawn.
Does everything obey you?
Yes, everything obeys me. The sun, the moon, even the stars.
Can you order me a sunset?
No, I can't do that. Conditions are not yet favorable.
When will conditions be favorable?
Listen, just this thing here.
Kind near do.
At approximately 8:25 this evening, you must come back and you will see just how magnificently everything obeys me as I order you a wonderful sunset.
I cannot wait that long. I have to be going.
Wait, I order you to stay.
If a king wishes his orders to be obeyed, he should order something reasonable. He should, for example, order me to be gone by the end of the minute. I think those conditions are favorable.
Wait, I'll make you my ambassador. No one disobeys me. Lassù! Pista! Bombero na fina, nessa fu.
Bombero fino, nessa fu!
Arrived on the next planet, he found the ways of the people living there very, very strange.
Good morning. Morning. Good night. Good night. Good morning.
Good morning.
Excuse me. Why do you keep on getting up and brushing your teeth and going right back to bed?
Repeat the question.
Why do you get up and brush your teeth and go right back to bed?
Well, I suppose it's better than getting up and not brushing your teeth. Or not getting up and then brushing your teeth.
Not getting up at all. Proper dental hygiene, you know.
Well, why don't you get up and do something else?
There's not enough time.
You see, well, we've been standing here talking. Oh, a month has gone by.
That's 30 days. 30 days of proper dental hygiene.
30 days? It seems as though hardly a minute has gone by.
Well, actually, a minute has passed, but our planet revolves at such terrific speeds that the sun rises and sets again with barely a minute.
Well, the sun's setting again. Time for bed. Good night.
Good night.
What'd you do that for? Do what?
Why are you going to hit me?
Well, she hit me, so I'm going to hit her.
What'd you do that for? Do what?
Well, it's your own fault. If you hadn't hit each other, this wouldn't have happened. Good morning, students.
Good morning.
Observe the rules of the classroom. Sit up straight.
Sit up straight.
Stay in line.
Stay in line.
Don't ask questions. Why? Don't waste my time.
Don't ask questions. It wastes time.
The teacher is always right.
The teacher is always right.
Do not pay attention to such frivolous things as flowers and stars. They're nothing.
Nothing.
You're here to learn matters of consequence.
Matters of consequence.
That's not true. Flowers and stars are the most important things in the universe. You can't let her tell you what's important. You have to decide for yourselves.
The teacher is always right.
You're all wasting your lives. You do the same things over and over. You have to start thinking for yourselves.
Day after 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 day. You hit me so. After day after day after day. You hit me so. After day after day after day. Day after day after day after day.
It doesn't have to be this way.
When the prince arrived on the next planet, he found that the ways of the people living there were very different from his own.
I'm so happy because I'm in love. Because I'm beautiful. Because I'm in love. I'm so happy.
I'm not in love, I'm not beautiful, and I am not happy.
beautiful?
No, she's not.
What do they mean? I'm not in love, and I'm not happy, so I'm not beautiful. Who says so? They say so. Who?
The story says so.
I don't understand. Here, I'll explain. Long ago, when our planet was first formed, we had a beautiful maiden named Cindy.
Hi, I'm Cindy.
Cindy was very beautiful, but very unhappy, because she was not in love.
Oh, to my nails. Oh.
Fortunately, though, we had a king. His name was Kenny.
The name's Kenny. That's King Kenny.
He, too, was very handsome, but very unhappy, because he was not in love.
I'm okay.
Then what? They met. And got married and had beautiful children. And everyone was so happy that King Kenny called the kingdom for cake and crumpets in the courtyard. And everyone was so beautiful that King Kenny called for a photo.
Say cheese.
Cheese.
Then, what was the problem? Everything would have been fine that day, but then the sky began to darken and clouds began to roll in overhead, and then ugly people started raining from the skies.
We are the ugly people.
Then tragedy struck. They saw King Kenny's party and wanted to join in on the fun.
Look. Let's join in the party.
King Kenny made a new law.
I'm laying down the law.
He banished the ugly people from his land forever.
Ugly people, out.
Needless to say, they never bothered King Kenny's kingdom again, and the beautiful people lived
Happily ever after.
But the ugly people weren't happy. They were just the same as the beautiful people on the inside. All they did was try to fit in. Why were they banished?
It's the way King Kenny wanted it. It's the way the story goes. It's the way it's always been.
That's not fair. You know the truth. I think you're beautiful. Are you going to let them ruin your lives? Go over there and tell them.
I'm so happy because I'm in love, because I'm so beautiful.
Grown-ups are certainly very strange.
As the prince traveled on, he gained more knowledge. But the more knowledge he gained, the more confused he became.
My fellow schmucks, I stand before you today to sit behind you, to tell you about something I know absolutely nothing about! Later this morning, just after lunch, there'll be a short meeting to decide what color to whitewash my new office. Admission is free, just pay at the door. Pull up a chair and sit on the floor. I'm your leader! tax.
What? But your grace, what's an energy tax?
Now, you need me.
We really screwed up this time. What happened, man?
What are we gonna do today?
Nothing. The same thing we're gonna do every day.
I can't stand it. I've got to move.
This really stinks. No doubt you haven't had a bath in years.
Someone's coming.
Wow.
What are you doing?
We're resting.
Why are you resting?
We're conserving our energy. Sit down. You're wasting your energy.
I've had a very long journey. I'm very tired.
Stop fidgeting.
She'll see you.
Well, this is boring. There are streams to swim in and mountains to climb.
Mountains? We have mountains? Oh yes, we have mountains. I've been staring at them for a very long time. Especially that one over there.
Oh, she moved her arm. The economy must be recovering.
The recession is over.
Now you can take a bath. You guys, look at me. I'm gonna walk right over there.
Energy tax! What did you do that for? She was going to walk. She was wasting her energy. I have to take her energy and distribute it equally among everybody else so that everybody gets the same amount. For times like now. Come on, guys, recreation time! Come on, let's have fun! Come on, do it! Come on! Come on! Oh, social assistance! Now, you all know the rules. The first person to reach that line never gets taxed again! On your mark, get set, go! Isn't that fun? But nobody won. Well, that's just the way it happens. Hey, you didn't take their energy. They could do things for themselves. Well, that's just not the way it happens. You have energy. That's tax fraud. Are you hungry? A little? Then you need me. Give me your energy, and I'll take it and give it to a good cause. And she's making a break for the finish line. Whoa. And it wasn't meant to be. You have a better chance of being struck by lightning. Grown-ups are certainly very strange.
On the next planet that the little prince traveled to, there lived a village of tipplers.
Coming through!
Hello? What are you doing? Why are you drinking?
So that I can forget.
Forget what?
Pushy, pushy, pushy.
Forget what?
Forget that I'm ashamed.
What are you ashamed of?
Ashamed of drinking. Hey, what are you looking at?
Why are you all lying on the ground? This doesn't look like very much fun.
He's right. Let's have a You know, once in a while I start thinking.
It's a mighty fine place when you're drinking.
You can forget all your cares.
And your worried affairs.
And just drink till you really start stinking.
I'm as drunk as a skunk in a pickle factory. When you're drunk, you're always alone. Your vision is blurred and your sorrows are hurt. And you can't tell your head from a hole in the wall.
Though your troubles and worries may find you.
Amen.
A bottle will put him behind you.
When things get too bad.
Our life makes you sad.
I hope I don't have to remind you.
I'm as drunk as a skunk in a pickle factory. When you're drunk, you're always alone. Your vision is blurred and your sorrows are hurt. And you can't tell your head from a hole in the wall.
They were all crying.
Sometimes drinking is a way of covering up the shame. I tried to explain it to him, but he didn't seem to understand. You know, I don't think I do either. The last planet that the little prince traveled to was our very own Earth.
Good evening.
Good evening.
What planet am I on?
This is Earth. This is Africa.
Are there no people on Earth?
This is the desert. There are no people on the desert. The Earth is very large.
I wonder if the stars are little lights in heaven, so that each of us may find our home again. Look! Look! There is my star! There is my home!
It is beautiful.
It is right above us, but it is so far away.
So, what has brought you here?
I was having some problems with a flower.
Ah,
Where are the men?
It is a little lonely in the desert.
It is also a little lonely among men.
You are a very strange little creature. You're no thicker than a finger.
Ah, but I am more powerful than the finger of a king.
But you have no legs. How do you travel?
I can carry you further than any ship could ever take you. Whomever I bite, I send back to the planet from whence he came. But you are innocent and true, and you come from a star.
Why do you always speak in riddles?
I solve them all. So, come, hear my little prince, and listen to my hiss as I tell you of the thing that I do best. I can see you from afar, and I don't know who you are, but I think that I can put your soul at rest. I know that you must miss that small place where you live. I can send you back there with just a one small kiss. So come here, my little prince, and accept my gracious kiss, and let all your worries fade away from sight. With one kiss, I can set your soul at ease and send you back into the sky, far away to where your rose sits and waits. One small nip and you'll be by her side. Don't ask now, my little prince, think it over, but remember, with one kiss I can set your soul at ease and send you back into the sky, far away to where your rose sits and waits. One small nip and you'll be by her side. One small nip and you'll be by her side. One small nip and you'll be by her side.
Good morning.
Good morning. Oh, good morning.
Who are you?
We're desert flowers.
Have you seen any men?
Men? Men. Oh! Men!
I believe there were 5 of them.
Nope, 6.
No, I'm pretty sure it was 7.
6 or 7?
8.
In the whole wide world.
But you can never be too sure.
I think they came by in a caravan.
Wasn't it a van?
No, it was a truck.
It was a car.
Yeah!
No.
It was a caravan. But the poor men didn't have any roots.
Just blew off into the wind.
Life must be so difficult without roots.
But lucky for us, we have our roots so we don't just blow away.
And what beautiful roots they are, too. Well, goodbye.
Bye. I hope you find men.
Let's go.
And so the prince set off once more. And soon he found himself at the base of a road. And all roads lead to men. And when he had traveled it up a ways, he found himself in the middle of a beautiful rose garden.
Good morning.
Hi there.
Who are you?
We are the roses. Rosies! Shut up, bud.
Roses? You can't be roses. But I have the only rose in the universe. She lied to me.
My Rose. She lied to me.
Tight. Thank you.
Good morning.
Morning.
Who are you? You are very pretty to look at.
I am the fox.
Come and play with me. I'm so sad.
I cannot play with you.
Why not?
I'm not tamed.
What does that mean? Tame.
You're not from around here, are you? What you looking for?
Men. What does that mean? Tame.
Men? They have guns. And they raise chickens. You're looking for chickens.
No. What does that mean? Tame.
That's when you and me, we need each other.
Need each other?
Yes. You see, to me, you are nothing but a little boy. And I have no need of you, and you have no need of me. But if we tame each other, then we will need each other.
There is a flower. I think she has tamed me.
That is very possible. One sees a great many things on the earth.
Oh, but this was not on Earth.
On another planet?
Yes.
Are there hunters on this planet?
No.
Neat. Are there chickens on this planet?
No.
Oh, well, nothing is perfect. I'm bored. If you tame me, then we would have something to look forward to. And because your hair is the color of gold, I will think of you every time I look out into the wheat fields. And I will love to sit in the grain and listen to the wind in the wheat. Think how wonderful it would be if you tame me. Oh, please tame me, please.
I would like to very much, but I don't have much time, and I have a great many things to understand.
Well, one only understands the things that one tames.
What must I do to tame you?
Don't come so close. Sit a little over there, so I can watch you out of the corner of my eye.
Then what?
Shh! Don't say a word. Words are a source of great misunderstanding. Well, scratch my belly, silly.
I will have to go soon.
Well, I'm gonna cry.
Well, it's your own fault. I never wished you any harm. You wanted me to tame you.
I know I did.
Are you gonna cry?
Mm-hmm.
Then taming you has done you no good at all.
Oh, yes, it has, because the color of the wheat fields. You come back tonight, say goodbye, and I'll tell you a secret, okay?
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
And so the prince set off once more. And when he had traveled down the road a bit further, he found a railway station, and at long last he met the men that he had been looking for.
Switch!
satisfied where they are. You see, they're all sleeping. And if they aren't sleeping, they're yawning. Only the children press their faces up against the window.
Only the children know what they're looking for.
Switch! Excuse me, ma'am. You missed your train.
Hey, wait for me.
I'm sorry. I'm a very busy man. I must deal with matters of consequence. Goodbye.
Sorry. Bye.
And so the prince returned back to the rose garden to wait for his friend the fox to return.
Good evening. I have come to say goodbye.
Are you returning to your rose?
The one who claims to be the only rose in the entire universe.
And here we all are, just like her.
You are not at all like my rose. As yet, you are nothing. You have tamed no one, and no one has tamed you. You are like my fox when I first met him. But now I have made him my friend, and he is unique in all the world. Yeah, but we're pretty. You are beautiful, but you're empty. To be sure, any ordinary passerby would think that you looked exactly like my rose. But she is more beautiful than all of you, because it is she that I have watered, because it is for she that I have killed all of the caterpillars. It is she that I have listened to whenever she grumbled or boasted or complained, or when she said nothing at all, because she is my rose.
And as night fell, the fox returned to say goodbye to the prince.
Fox, over here.
You really have to go, huh?
Yes.
Well, you can't go unless I tell you my secret. It's a very simple secret.
I see 1,000 roses waiting to be noticed. I see 1,000 fields of grain waving in the wind. I see 1,000
responsible for your rose. You are responsible forever for the things you have tamed. You are responsible for your rose.
I am responsible for my rose.
Bye.
Bye.
And it was the words of the fox that made the prince realize that he had to return home to his rose. But the only way to do that was to take up the offer of the snake. The following evening, I returned and found the prince sitting alone on a wall, speaking with someone, but I could not see who.
You have been thinking of me, I can tell. Is it time?
Not quite, but I have decided to go home, and I need your help. Meet me here tonight when my star can be found right above us.
I will be waiting with anticipation.
You are sure you have good poison? You won't make me suffer too long?
What are you doing talking with snakes? They're very
You
dangerous.
must keep your promise.
What promise?
You know, a muzzle for my sheep.
You have plans I don't know about.
You know, my descent to the earth, tonight will be its anniversary.
Then it's not by chance on the day when I met you. You were not stranded in the desert, but you were heading back to the place where you landed. Perhaps it was because of the anniversary? Please. Please don't do this.
I am glad you have fixed your engine. Now you can go home.
How did you know about my engine?
I too am going home, though it is much further and much more difficult. I have your sheep, and the sheep's box, and the muzzle.
You're afraid.
I will be much more afraid tonight.
Let me hear you laugh again.
Tonight will be a year, and my star can be found right above us. And I know, even though I cannot see her, my flower is there. And it will be the same for you.
What do you mean?
I'm going to make you a present.
I love to hear your laughter.
That is my present. Just that.
But you'll be gone.
Just as I look to the stars and see my flower, you will look to the stars and know that I am on one of them. And I will be laughing. It will be as if in place of the stars I had given you a great number of little bells that knew how to laugh. Tonight, you know, do not come.
I won't leave you.
I shall look a little as if I were dying and suffering. Do not come and see me like that.
I won't leave you.
I shall look as if I were dead, but that won't be true. I will look like an old abandoned shell, but there's nothing sad about old shells. It will be very nice when I am home, for I will be able to look to the stars and know that you're on one of them. Here she comes.
Please don't go.
Bye.
It's been 6 years since that day, and I know that the prince did return home because I never found his body the next morning. At night, I love to listen to the stars. It's like 500 million little bells of laughter. But there's one extraordinary thing. When I drew the muzzle for the prince's sheep, I forgot to add a leather strap to it. He'll never have been able to fasten it to the sheep. So here then is the great mystery for those of you who love the prince as I do. Nothing in the universe will ever be the same if somewhere on a planet, a sheep that we have never seen has eaten a rose. At night, look up at the sky and ask yourself, is it yes or is it no? And you'll see how everything changes. And no grown-up will ever understand that this is a matter of so much importance. Shh. Can you hear them? The stars, they're laughing. Never thought I'd find a question not worth asking. The stars above me laughing. Never thought I'd find a whole new way of knowing. A new one started growing. 'Cause you gave me new eyes and another world to see. I'm looking inside. You made me believe when I reach for the stars or another way to call. Tell me you return back to me. Give me home.
Never thought I'd find. Never, oh never, never thought I'd find. Never, no, never, never thought I'd find. Never, no, never, never, never thought I'd find. 'Cause you gave